Good morning, Prep 2 students. Today we're going to start revising some items related to our Aim High unit. This revision includes two kinds of questions. First of all, we have a rewrite question. In this question, you're supposed to use the words that are presented between brackets and make certain changes that are really necessary in those sentences so that they could make sense at the end after adding these following words. Let's start to have a look and see how can we make these slight changes and give a correct answer. The first sentence, the people who live in London woke up this morning to find they had a new government. We are supposed to use the word citizens in this sentence. So we are going to omit the words that refer to the word citizen. So we are supposed to omit the people who live. All these words can be omitted, or we can just omit the citizens. So the sentence will be that the citizens in London woke up this morning to find they had a new government. Number 2, early knowing and discovering of diseases improves the chances of successful treatment. We are supposed to use the word recognize. Recognize here is a verb, and if we start searching for the words to be omitted, we are supposed to omit knowing and discovering. Knowing and discovering are both nouns, so we have to change the word recognize into a noun and then add it. So it's going to be early recognition of diseases improve the chances of successful treatment. Number 3, the scientists watched the experiment carefully to learn more about it. We are supposed to use the word observe. And pay attention that the sentence is in the past tense, so the verb should be used in the past tense. We'll omit the word watched and carefully. So it will be the scientists observed the experiment to learn more about it. Number 4, close your eyes, don't look secretly, I've got a surprise for you. We are supposed to use the word peek. So we are going to omit the meaning of the word peek, which is to look secretly. So the sentence will be, close your eyes and don't peek. I've got a surprise for you. Number 5, my sister is really shy and always finds it hard to deal with others. We are supposed to use the word interact. So if we start searching for the words that are going to be omitted, we can omit the words to deal with others. So the sentence will be, my sister is really shy and always finds it hard to interact with others. Then let's go and see another kind of question, which is a choose. Choose the correct answer from the words between brackets. Please pay attention before choosing and give yourself time to read the sentence more than once in order to choose correctly. Number 1, the shop is under surveillance, trying to watch any possible shoplifters. So the shop is under surveillance, trying to watch any possible shoplifters. Number 2, I only glared, gaped, glanced quickly at the pavement across, but I could see nothing interesting. So if we read it again, we'll find the word quickly. And the only thing that could be done quickly, the only look, is glanced. I only glanced quickly at the pavement across, but I could see nothing interesting. Number 3, without having an antivirus software, your computer will always be illegal, vulnerable, initially, to viruses. Of course, if we don't use an antivirus software, the computer will always be vulnerable to viruses. Vulnerable means weak. He can't resist virus. Number 4, my teacher told me that I got an A in my final exam, but I couldn't believe until I saw it in gray and white, black and gray, black and white. Of course, the correct one is, the correct colors are black and white, which means written. I just saw it written. Number 5, whenever I walk down the street, I get the feeling that I'm being watched, I'm being seen, or I'm being looked. Of course, the correct answer is the word watched. Whenever I walk down the street, I get the feeling that I'm being watched. After we have finished this sheet, we're going to have our model answer of these questions that we have already answered orally. Here are the answers presented in front of you, and all the answers are already underlined for you to be able to check your answers again. First, we have the 5 questions of the rewrite, and then we have the 5 questions of the choose. Let's move to another branch of English, which is the grammar. We are supposed to revise grammar items. We will start with the do as asked question, and then we'll have choose questions. Let's start. Number 1, there is almost no rain in the desert. We are asked to use the word rarely. First of all, we have to know the real and the correct tense of the word rarely in order to put it correctly or use it correctly. Of course, rarely is mainly used to express present simple sentences. So, if I change this sentence and use rarely, I'm supposed to put a correct sentence to give the meaning of the following words and using the present simple tense. So, the answer will be, it rarely rains in the desert. It rarely rains in the desert. Number 2, the last time I saw my friends was 2 years ago. We are supposed to use the word for, or the time expression for. Pay attention that the sentence is already used in the past simple tense. And we are supposed to use for, so we are going to change it into the present perfect tense. How can we do something like this? Well, it's very simple. First of all, we are going to change this sentence into the negative form. So we are supposed to use the negative present perfect so that I could give the correct meaning. The sentence will be, I haven't seen my friends for 2 years. I haven't seen my friends for 2 years. Number 3, my school is located in Smoha. It's across from the bank. We are supposed to use the relative which. Again, for every one of us, the 2 sentences are mainly speaking about the school, which is a place. Why are we going to use which and not where? Because the sentences are describing its location. So we're going to omit the word it from the second sentence and put which instead. So the sentence will be, my school is located in Smoha, which is across from the bank. Number 4, we are supposed to correct the mistakes. For A, Mark has given up smoking since he has become ill. The mistake is has become. The sentence will be, Mark has given up smoking since he became ill. After since, we always use the past tense. Number B, during I was reading this story, I fell asleep. Of course, there is a fatal mistake because after during we used a complete sentence and we are supposed to use a gerund, only a gerund. So the mistake will be I was. The correct answer is during reading the story, I fell asleep. Number 5, we are supposed to correct the verb between brackets. You look happy today. Why you smile? The answer will be you look happy because look here is a stative verb. Why are you smiling? You look happy and why are you smiling? Number B, my brother is always taking my clothes without asking. It's really annoying. Why did we write is always taking? Because this is an annoying always, an annoying action, something irritating. So we used it in the present continuous, not the present simple form. Number C, I fall off the stairs while I go down quickly to catch the school bus. I fell off the stairs, fell, the past of fall, while I was going down quickly to catch the school bus. Was going down. Was going because this is the longer action, and the interruption was that I fell. Number D, you ever be to England before? This is a question. We're supposed to add a question mark at the end, sorry. The answer will be, have you ever been to England before? Have you ever been to England before? Present perfect. Let's go with the choose. Number 1, it's a long time since 4 ago I last saw him. The correct answer is since I last saw him. It's a long time since I last saw him. Number 2, this is the hospital which that I was born. This is the hospital where I was born. Number 3, these towels really feels as soft as silk. These towels really feel as soft as silk. Feel because it's a state verb, non-continuous verb. Number 4, while the teacher explains the lesson, the principal was entered. While the teacher was explaining, this is the long action, was explaining the lesson, the principal entered. This is the action that interrupted it, entered. 5, I have traveled a lot since. 4, yet the last month. I have traveled a lot since the last month. Since because we are having a fixed time. 6, how long, how often, how much have you been studying for 2 hours? Number 6, the answer is how long have you been studying? Number 7, Mary is the only one where helped me to achieve my dreams. The answer will be Mary is the only one who helped me achieve my dreams. Then these are the answers, the model answers of our questions, which we have answered together. You can check all the answers and be sure that you have been answering correctly. Thank you so much for listening and following up. Hope you the best of luck.